Following the collapse of the ceasefire over the weekend, Israel has stepped up its airstrike campaign in the southern part of Gaza, an area where many Palestinians sought refuge at the beginning of the war. Look, I've been vocal in defending Israel's right to respond to Hamas. I've also made it clear that a ceasefire would be a major win for Hamas and can't and shouldn't be forced on Israel at this point. But I have to say, I don't have an answer to what is a serious and legitimate question. Where do the residents of Gaza go now? That question has become more urgent as Israel has escalated its strikes in Khan Yunis, Gaza's second largest city. IDF officials say much of Hamas's military machine is now concentrated there, along with a vast network of tunnels, and so Israel targeting an area where many Palestinians also fled to escape, without providing any concrete answers on where those civilians should go next. Now, during a news conference today, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu rejected calls to halt the operation.
Gaza has to be demilitarized, and for Gaza to be demilitarized, there is only one force that can ensure this demilitarization, and this force is the IDF. No other international force can be responsible for that. I once again call upon the civilian population in Gaza to leave the combat area, the war zone, with Hamas.
But where, right? The IDF put out a confusing map which divides Gaza into hundreds of numbered sectors. They're then sending out alerts in advance about which sectors will be struck next. But cell phone service is extremely unreliable. It's proven difficult to get messages to civilians in order for them to escape. Reports from places like Reuters and Financial Times indicate nearly 2 million people are crammed into a very tiny area, possibly as much as 4/5 of Gaza's population. Look, we've spent a lot of time talking about the tunnels on this show. We get that Israel needs to go after them and that Hamas is intentionally hiding amidst civilians. But this is a very real question, and it warrants more clarity. So let's ask Major Doron Spielman, international spokesman for the IDF. Major, thanks so much for coming on the program. Appreciate it. All right, so what is the answer? Where do these people go?
Dan, first of all, I think that you really do lay out the background very, very clearly. You took all of my talking points from me. I mean, it's clear we have to defeat Hamas, and we have no choice to go after them, and it's clear that they are hiding behind civilians. Within this extremely complicated situation where I think we are trying to protect a civilian population that's not our own, and are trying to do more for them than maybe any other army's ever done, it's still not a perfect system. What that map you're looking at means is we have gone extremely granular on Gaza. All those curved lines and all those numbers that we're looking at are a way to try to cause the least inconvenience for the Gazan population. What that means is if somebody's living in an area, we notify the area, which of course is, from a military point of view, unheard of. To notifying an entire area, you've got terrorists, we're about to go after them, leave, because we know that the terrorists are going to leave, some of them are going to leave with them. But instead of moving 2.5 miles or 3 miles or leave that whole area, we're trying to move them around to a short area. Move 2 blocks over, there are Hamas terrorists underneath, they're legitimate targets, let us take care of them, and then we will shift the population as best as possible. But it's extremely difficult. The map, there is electricity in much of Gaza, but it is flaky. We're aware of that. We've dropped flyers. We have made tons of phone calls and SMSs, and I have to tell you, Dan, that one of the things that's not helping, that could be such a help, are all these international aid agencies. You have tons of agencies, UNICEF, UNIFIL, UNESCO, all these United Nations agencies, the Red Cross that are there. They are there and should be trying to help the situation, not hinder the situation. So instead of saying these people can't be moved, we would like them to work with these people to actually move them, to make sure that they can reach safety, since we know that Hamas has to be destroyed. I think your question is a good one, and the answer is it's inconvenient, it's difficult, but moving somebody a few blocks over is absolutely preferable to them being in the line of fire.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.